Hello.
What would we like to talk about? Okay, so Mark, so that way you know, this is a podcast where we talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about, whether it be books, movies, TV shows, music, or whatever.
Your face.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
the thing is there anything that you would like to talk about?
Sure, if you guys wouldn't mind listening. I'm my oldest daughter. For the listeners, she's 12. She has started asking to start watching scary movies. So
Okay.
I tried to ease her into it and give her just a couple.
Yeah.
Justine,
Yeah, Ghost Ship. We had because Ghost Ship's kind of like, it's scary but not too scary.
Yeah.
It's a fun little horror
Yeah.
movie, right?
Yeah.
She was like, that wasn't scary.
She said it had a couple of jump scares, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah,
that she couldn't handle.
it's not anything over the top.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it's a fun little horror movie.
So she asked
like
to be
it.
scared.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched the new, was it?
It.
It, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It, made in 2017.
Yeah, part 1 and then part 2.
Yes.
Okay.
And well,
that was a lot scarier.
Yeah.
For her.
Needless to say, yes, she was sleeping with the lights on and asked to sleep in my room.
Oh, that kind of scared.
That
Okay.
kind of scared.
Okay.
What?
Hey, she asked for it. I'm sorry.
She asked for it, and so. But yeah,
because we were going to start her off with House on Haunted Hill or 13 Ghosts.
Oh,
actually, and the whole thing was I actually asked her and told her those two titles, and then I was like, or we start with my version of It, 1990 It, Tim Curry.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Pennywise
Okay.
It.
Yeah.
And she was like, really? And I was like, whoa. Okay, this was made 2
okay.
years after I was born, and I used to watch this at my name drop, Tommy Peo. I don't know if you remember that
I
name.
do.
Growing up, one of my buddies, he'd always have a slumber party for his birthday, and he would ask me every year, make sure to bring it, make sure to bring it. And what's funny is back then, it was a 2 VHS box set.
Just like, Titanic was.
Yeah. And so she said...
Hold on, we're going to put part 2 in.
Yeah, but she had mentioned that she started the new one from 2017. And I was like, oh, okay. How far in did you get? She's like, the boy getting his arm eaten off. And I was like, oh,
okay.
And she's like, I stopped
Georgie.
it. And I was like, oh. I was like, okay. So,
teach you to go outside and play by yourself.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. Basically it teaches you not to listen to people in the drain.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If someone's talking to you in the drain, do not go near them and talk to them.
So
don't talk to drain people.
No. Drain people are bad people.
Drain people. I'm sorry, that's hilarious.
But I thought about putting a red balloon outside her window.
Oh, yes.
Maybe for Halloween only, but not for a random day.
No, random day.
Yeah, random day. Yeah,
I'll teach her.
Yeah. Say that Ghost Ship wasn't scary enough for you.
Yeah.
No, you can't. No.
I don't like scary stuff, so I understand her.
Oh, come on.
Okay, that's fine. But you can't be like, oh, I want to watch scary stuff, and then get all,
butthurt for being scared.
Butthurt for being scared.
She asked to be scared. And the whole thing was Ghost Ship only had a couple of jump scares.
Right.
And she was like, I mean, it was okay, but not like, I was like, she was terrified. I would simply go, how you doing, honey, like that. Just a simple light touch on the shoulder to see how she's doing, and she was jumping. She was just like, Dad, don't do that. And I was like, I did not mean to scare you. I literally was trying to ask you how you doing. Are you okay? Everything good? And she was not thrilled. And so,
Yeah, so what do you actually want a red balloon outside her window?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that'd be hilarious.
Yes.
that'd be great. Yep.
That's exactly the type of thing that happens with this family.
Right? It'd be even funnier if she got all excited, like what's his name did in the insane asylum when he saw the balloon outside and he points to himself and he's like,
me?
What's his name? Tommy?
Henry Bauer.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bauer, yeah.
Yeah.
And he starts going fucking ape shit. Yeah.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
I haven't seen it.
Well, there's a lot of shit you haven't seen.
Right.
She not to be scared. So.
I suck. I know.
All right.
You do suck.
I do.
You do suck.
So, was there a question in there, or were you just telling us a story about your daughter wanting to be scared?
You asked what we wanted to talk about.
Oh,
I just
right.
thought I'd tell you an introduction to my daughter and her.
Oh,
horror
yes.
movie. I mean, for the listeners or viewers now, well, we have an auntie here knows. She's already seen all the Scream movies. She's been introduced to a few of the Halloween movies, old school ones back in the day, where you get to have your own imagination.
You didn't show her the Michael Myers ones? I mean, sorry, Michael
The
Myers.
Rob Zombie?
That's what I meant, sorry.
Rob Zombie ones? No, not yet.
Oh, are you trying to be as fucking creepy as possible, Yvonne?
Yeah.
See, I like the Rob Zombie ones, actually. I mean, don't get me wrong, the originals are great, you know.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But I do quite enjoy the Rob Zombie ones.
But no, she's just seen all the Scream movies.
Which are excellent.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
So, she doesn't have too much.
Yeah, see, and that's more like, killer horror rather than, like, spooky horror.
Thriller.
There you go. Thriller mystery.
Yeah.
I like suspense.
Okay.
Suspense.
Will make me scared to the point of clutching the covers until I'm done watching it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my freaking god!
Okay, see, now,
So the one movie that I watched that was kind of like that, I stayed in my sweatshirt the whole time, was Signs. Because I'm not a huge fan of, like, aliens that they're tall, skinny, and, like, look like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're humanoid,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay.
Like, Predator, cool. Alien, cool. Whatever, I got those. But, like, humanoid-type aliens, I'm just like, nope.
That's because they remind...
Yeah,
I have a feeling it's because it had a E.T. vibe a little bit with, like, the color and how spindly the arms were.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Okay, so...
Because E.T. freaked her the fuck
Dude,
out.
I'm sorry. When he is running through the forest with his bright-ass red belly going, that's fucking scary, okay? Okay, it was scary. I also saw it when I was like 5, so I was fucking scared, okay? And then before that, or not before that, but then at one point, he's like dying and turning all white, and him and Alien are like, Alien. It's like, is this guy gonna die? What's happening right now? Like, and everyone's like, oh, he's such a cute little alien. No, he's not fucking, he was, but he wasn't, like,
Okay, so memo to Steven Spielberg. He was not as cute and cuddly as you thought he was.
And you know what he was doing down there in the forest? What his job was?
Oh, he was he was checking out plants and shit and soil.
It was like information gathering.
Yeah, but
and
what's that title of that people that do that? Herbologist or something?
Yeah.
Something like that, but yeah.
But yeah, he was one of them.
Hello, Neville Longbottom. What is the term for that?
Yeah, right. So yeah, no, he was that guy. He was a little scientist guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't even one of the which is probably why he made friends with kids. No problem.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Yeah.
Was that holding a gun?
Yeah, kill
soldier.
There you go, soldier. He's not one of the soldiers. He was,
oh my god.
He was a scientist.
For the listeners, he's a soldier. She was holding a gun.
Yes.
Yeah. See, now, like when I was her age, my older brother took me to very age-inappropriate movies. So I was seeing Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween's, and Friday the 13th, that were just completely inappropriate for my age bracket. And this was the 80s.
Yeah.
The 80s. Yeah, it was the 80s because I'm old as fuck.
The good times.
You are not old.
Yeah, exactly. The good era. God, the 80s were the best.
Exactly. Gen X, yo. So.
Yeah, Mom turned to me. She goes, "You remember the 80s, right?" I was like, "Mom, I was 4." I was like, "I remember the 90s."
90s were good too, though.
Yeah, no, they were.
Yeah, no, I quite enjoyed the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So, okay, so...
And then 2000s hit, and it just went downhill from there.
So, Amaya, are you going to... Continue with more horror movies with her, or what?
Yeah.
Are you going to take a break for a while so she's not scared by all her ass?
I did.
And
I did try to have us watch a comedy before trying to go to bed after chapter 2 of it. Even though, he was dead and all the fun. Oh, sorry for the
Yeah,
ears.
see? Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Right, yeah.
Sorry,
See, and this movie, it made it, at the end of this movie,
it's a major spoiler if she's going to get into it.
Well, yeah, no,
And those of you who are trying to read the book, spoiler.
No, the book was completely different. The ending fucking sucked, which is why I love that they kept making that comment.
It doesn't suck. I actually asked one of my coworkers about it, who's read the book, who seemed to probably understand it a little bit better than you.
Probably.
Because you're...
I had to ask her.
Exactly.
Because I read it 3 times, and I still...
So then how he described it to me, and then Aaron, because you're a little more knowledgeable than this one over here.
Yes, okay, that's accurate. I mean, it's accurate.
No, yeah.
Okay, but to be fair, the last time I read it,
it?
I was literally in elementary school, so that
Okay,
was like
this
over
movie.
30
Okay.
years ago.
Okay, well,
Longer than that,
See, mine
like
was
40 years
that's
ago.
longer than this guy's been alive.
I know. I'm old as fuck.
Yeah, how long
No,
ago
I'm
did,
just saying.
how long
Okay,
ago did
so
he read
okay,
it?
okay.
But no, what I remember is there was
some.
some.
No, I'm talking about, I assume Chris you're talking to?
Yeah, talking about Chris. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how long ago did Chris read it?
A couple years ago, he said.
Yeah, see,
Anyway.
me too. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, he simply helped described it as, or better understood it as, the alien that came down to help
Uh-huh.
was like, if it was death, then this other entity would have been life.
Okay. But what did he say? Did it
was
actually die though, or did
if
he just
it
get
was
sent to another
darkness,
dimension?
Other dimension, because again, here's the thing: it's that cosmic balance. If it is darkness, it better yet.
Okay.
This other alien entity that came down to help stop it was essentially light.
Okay.
And whether
Yeah.
There's a balance. Yeah.
You can't kill
So
it.
there's so he's like a what's the word? An endless.
Well, because
where,
because what it really was those three floating orbs. It was just a cosmic entity itself. It presented itself.
Oh, and he
as
was the only one, which is why that he couldn't exactly be killed, or else balance would be undone.
Yeah, because it.
So he was the
and
only
again,
one.
maybe my coworker completely misinterpreted it, or maybe I'm explaining what he told me. But essentially, yes, it was those three floating orbs, the deadlights, as it will.
Right,
and,
okay.
And the reason why Beverly, and the one at the end of the movie when he was an adult, Richie. The reason they went like when they saw it was because they saw the deadlights, the three floating lights,
right?
And our minds cannot process what that entity actually is. That is why it presented itself such as the clown, because that is what our minds could perceive and understand.
Could process. Okay.
Okay, and this other alien or entity was the cosmic balance to it, the three deadlights.
Okay.
And that's why it banished it to a separate dimension, if you will, because again, balance. It couldn't kill it.
Because then the light entity left, right?
Huh?
It went back to its own thing too, right?
Yeah.
So what made it come down in the first place then? Why did all of a sudden now it want to show up and help?
Saw we couldn't handle it on our own. I was freaking off.
It's been on there.
I didn't ask that question, I didn't read the book.
I'm saying it's like I've made more questions because you saw how long he's been on Earth. I mean, it has been around for the longest time. I mean, Indians,
Indians.
Well, you know what I'm trying to say. Like. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, oh my god.
But it's for centuries, my point is, okay? He's been around for centuries.
Shit you said.
Yes, we did. Anyways.
That is true.
So he's been around for centuries.
So
what made them want to...
Oh my god, you don't need
use the light
you don't need to keep it going, buddy.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
What made him come down now after it has been on there for centuries feeding on humans?
I did not ask that question.
Okay.
Because finally there's a group of humans that had the courage and the will to try to stop it.
So they were the closest one to stop it, so he had to come down and help?
This. I will help you. I will help you banish this creature.
Yes,
okay.
banish.
Okay. Again.
This is why I wasn't a huge fan of the ending. I mean, the movie ending was fine because it wrapped it all up nice in a little bow. They killed him. He's dead. Boom, gone. And stuff like that.
Well, maybe that's why they made that jab in the movie that said
multiple times. Your book was great, but I hated the ending.
The book was great, but we hated the ending.
Because it was. I really liked it. It was really good, really scary, really freaky. Had lots of characters going on, and stuff like that. And then you get to the end, and you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Okay, but you also have to remember. You also have to remember, back in the day, Stephen King
did a lot of acid.
He did a lot of fucking coke. Like, a lot of his shit was cocaine-fueled insanity. So, so there's a lot of shit that doesn't really make sense. Because, I mean, Jesus, Maximum Overdrive.
Well, no wonder.
Although I did enjoy that insanity.
Well, there you go. Listeners, in case you haven't figured out the secret, I'll explain it to you now. If you're going to read any of Stephen King's books, you need to do it on cocaine. And then you will be on the plane of existence that he was when he wrote it, and it will make complete sense to you. Justine, there you go. Reread person in your case.
Yes, on
Do
drugs.
it on cocaine. No drugs.
Cocaine.
It must be that.
Cocaine specifically.
I was
Cocaine
cocaine
is
at work,
the key.
Man. Now I'm gonna be on cocaine at work. All right, guys, I got this. Let's go.
I know, because she isn't already aemped up already as it is naturally.
How about you listen to that book at home on the cocaine? Okay.
At home on the cocaine.
And just so you know, we're not advocating cocaine use. I'm just saying that right now.
Not at all.
This is joking.
I'm winking for you
Yes,
viewers.
yeah.
that
Winking,
can't
winking,
see.
nudge, nudge.
Yeah, it's an expensive drug that we all can't do.
Exactly. No, that's not the only reason, but
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, please, that is the bad drug. Do not do that drug. That is a...
Yes.
It just leads to other things.
Yeah, it's all bad. It's all,
like
all bad.
hookers.
Oh, hey!
Cocaine and hookers.
Okay. Although there's a lot of people out there probably going, he's not
cocaine
wrong.
or hookers?
Yeah.
We should change that.
Yeah, we should go get some hookers first, and then maybe.
I know someone who can help me get the other.
Oh my
You
goodness.
talking about hookers?
No, cocaine.
Oh my god.
I'm more interested in the hookers.
Well, I'm more interested in the cocaine.
Oh my god.
I have the weekend off.
Oh, you guys.
Start this Friday
My
off, not
goodness.
right?
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
obviously it is not
Kid friendly.
good for her.
Yeah, for some.
Do we
kids.
have recommendations for something that
Well, I'm gonna dial it back
A
when she's gonna.
12-year-old
Well,
who acts like she's older?
well, yeah, and she has
acts
to be
like
scared.
she's 16.
And
but
she
Yes,
has to
I
be
know.
scared. So I mean,
yeah, no, you were the
again,
right
not to
over
go too crazy on the scary, but what me and Justine were saying, the other two, 13 Ghosts,
and
House on Haunted Hill, dial it
Mhm.
back and make her watch some of those ones that we grew up watching.
Yeah.
They're kind of scary. They're not too bad, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Again, spoilers. The House on Haunted
Have
Hill.
her watch Signs.
No,
Yeah.
I'd rather not watch that one. I don't
Okay.
care for those aliens either.
Okay,
Okay.
so
I didn't care for
find
the
one
movie.
that's
I thought it was-
completely
What
ridiculous.
about Alien vs Predator?
Oh fuck yeah, I'll watch that all
Yeah.
day.
I know, I fucking love that movie
Because that's more of an
with the
action.
pyramid and shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
under the ice.
but I mean,
yeah.
and all the Predator movies are freaking amazing. Because it's more action. It's battle because
Yeah.
they
Right.
go after they want prey.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I will comment on the new one called Prey.
Yeah, I like that one.
No, it's stupid.
Why was it
Her
stupid?
brother was the shit.
Okay,
and,
when we understand that, but she had a fantastic brother. Okay?
Okay.
And yes, he was a better warrior, but
Okay,
he also
and she just. Okay, I'm sorry. This
sacrificed
predator,
himself for
this
her.
predator. I mean, he was either that. I mean, I cannot.
he
find,
was a primitive predator, man.
Okay, primitive predator, yes. But a primitive predator is not a stupid predator. And for him to not see his freaking helmet and get shot in the side of the dome piece, I find that hard to
It's
believe.
probably because he didn't think that these people were smart enough to do that, which is why he wasn't.
Oh,
He thought he was so
okay.
superior over them that why would he even think that they were smart enough to do that?
Come on, give me the word. Give me the word. He underestimated them.
Yeah, underestimated.
Big
yes.
time.
I'm thinking of a better word than that. Human thesaurus. What do you got for me?
Put me on the spot, buddy.
Google.
No.
No.
I love that though,
I
human
guess so.
thesaurus.
I mean, fine. We'll just stick with.
But yes, he
he
underestimated.
underestimated.
Yeah,
he
he
sure did. He
underestimated.
thought he was
like,
superior to them. They were just, it's like you hunting like a deer. Why would you think a deer was going to set a fucking trap like that for you? I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
So,
Okay.
but yes, you're accurate. The brother was a much better warrior, but he also loved his sister a lot because he always took her side. He always, treated her as a warrior, even though a lot of their village didn't, kind of thing. So, which is why he was doing his jabs at the predator and stuff like that,
He's
and
a beast.
yeah, and he realized that he wasn't going to make
outta
it.
here.
Yeah, exactly. The predator ended up getting the drop on him behind him. He knew he wasn't going to be quick enough.
Okay.
So he saved his sister.
Please tell me this. Did you guys see it in theater or just on Hulu?
Just on Hulu.
Okay.
I haven't watched it.
Okay, well, what I'm irritated about, and I would like to watch it on something other than Hulu, is I would like to see if there are subtitles to what the Native American
Yes.
language, because in that battle, he he takes a scream in the air, kind of like, nah, 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 you know, something like that. And it's more like, you son of a bitch, like, running, like, you know, he's got to be saying something like, you hiding little bitch or something, and I want to know.
Yeah,
I want to know.
That was the only problem, because, we watched it with subtitles, and it just straight up said, speaking
Native
this.
American.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like when the French guys were speaking, instead of speaking
Yeah,
French.
exactly. There's no
didn't
way.
have
They have
didn't have
subtitles.
the actual
Thank you for reminding me.
translation.
Yes, they're speaking French. There has to be a version or some way to see subtitles on that movie.
Yeah.
So that we know what they're saying.
Or they just did it that way.
Because I need to know what he says before he gets done with that battle and that part of it.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
I guess I have to watch that then. I haven't gotten around to watching it yet.
The brother was a superior warrior, and just because of the Predator's technology, it gave him the advantage to.
Right. No, absolutely. Because I mean, he stabbed that Predator with his own fucking spear.
Yes,
he took it from him and fucking stabbed his ass with it, and then he kept
hitting him with freaking arrows.
Exactly, and then pulling the arrows out and then shooting him again with the same arrows. It was fucking great. Yeah, no, this guy was
around him, sliding around.
Yeah, he was quick. He was agile.
Dodging the Predator's attacks while sitting there hitting him with another arrow.
Yeah.
Dodge the attack, rip the arrow back out of him, put it right back into him. Yeah. Another shooting again. Like, yeah, he was a way better warrior.
It was fucking great.
I know, I'm just.
But yes, you're accurate. But she was a smart warrior also. She figured out when she was hunting those rabbits that she couldn't keep running over there and grabbing her fucking hatchet. So she tied it, she created this rope to it so that way she could, throw it, snap it back to her, throw it, snap it back to her, and then she ended up with like 6 different rabbits, on her little fucking thing, So, I mean, she was also smart too.
And kudos to the dog. You gotta watch it for the dog.
Oh, dude, the dog was the best supporting actor.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
that was
that
just,
is accurate.
Yeah.
There's awards for animals and movies.
Yeah.
Nominee right there.
Oh, hey, okay, you should have her watch Black Phone. That shit was really good.
Did you buy it on Amazon?
It's on Paramount.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, but I don't know if you get that on your PlayStation.
I don't get it on the PlayStation, but I get it in my room.
Okay, then yeah. But yeah, it's free on Paramount.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was really good.
What the fuck, Jesus?
Yes, exactly. The sister of the main kid, her character was great.
He flinched.
Just fucking great,
Jump back. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Well, she prays to Jesus,
Well, yeah,
because her like a vision to help find her brother.
Well, yeah.
And she doesn't get a vision, and so she goes over to her little altar thing that she has, and she's like, "What the fuck, Jesus?"
Because she gets like. She has premonitions in her dreams, but they're not clear cut.
Right.
And so she was praying to Jesus because her brother got kidnapped.
Yeah.
And so she's praying to Jesus, Jesus, please just give me a sign. Help me out to try and help find my brother. And she has these dreams and they're not making sense. And so she gets frustrated and she keeps her little shrine to Jesus in her dollhouse.
Yeah,
and she goes into her room because her dad's like totally flipped out about the fact that she has visions and shit. And
but yeah, no, she
opens
doesn't get one.
Yeah, and she's
night.
like, and she
and she
just like she goes in the room, she pulls open her dollhouse, and she's just like, what the fuck, Jesus?
Yeah.
I just need some help.
Right.
And you're giving me this cryptic shit.
Yeah.
Come on, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh God, her character was so great. So great.
Yeah, no, she's
like
going
I said,
places.
And she should win an award just for that one scene alone.
Yeah.
Her dad's kind of beating her ass for
because one, he's a drunk.
And it has
the mom died. He's got PTSD, the whole bit, and she's showing the same tendencies that her mother did, like having these premonition type dreams and stuff. And her mom, couldn't take it. And I think she killed herself and stuff. And so her dad's like flipping out and like trying to beat it out of her.
Right.
Like don't right.
Yeah.
But again, this take place during the 70s or something like that?
70s. So anyway, so she's getting beat, and so she's crying. But the point is when she, because he's like, "Are you ever gonna do it?" And she's like, "No!" And like you can like when someone's actually crying and how you hear that rasp in their voice and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This girl was fucking spot on. I literally was picturing Lily, and this because of her.
Wow.
Just you need to see it because I'm just like, this girl needs an award for this scene alone.
Yeah, no, she made. I mean, everything about the movie was great, but she definitely helped make this movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. Her character was
really
fucking
good.
great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it was creepy, and it was just.
And, it was creepy, and there was only like one really like, oh shit, in your face, kind of thing. Because I was like, because I kind of jumped. I was like, really? Was that really necessary? Kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
And like I said, it was just like one spot, but the rest of it was like suspenseful, creepy, like really good.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So, yeah, you should have her watch that to kind of ease her off of the, like, scary.
Yeah.
You know?
Either that or you have her watch something that's just completely fucking ridiculous, like Jason X.
Huh? Yeah, because they're in space. Yeah.
I love that one.
He just wants his machete back.
Yeah, no, I know, but I mean, it's so completely ridiculous that it's like that she probably won't get scared about it.
Yeah, it's more like funny horror. Yeah,
it's
horror movie.
Freaking hilarious.
Yeah. Or like Jason versus, Freddy versus Jason, something like that.
Is that the one where he picks it?
What, the two campers
in the sleeping bag and starts going.
Do you want to smoke some pot? Do you want to have premarital sex?
Oh yeah.
And he's looking at him, and he picks one up in the sleeping bag and starts beating the other one with her.
Yeah.
And then he throws that one against a tree, and then he walks off and picks his machete up, and he's just like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that was like a simulation or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that was from a previous movie because I remember Pat, my brother, taking me to a Friday the 13th at Oak Ridge Mall.
Yeah.
And
oh my God, I'm never sleeping in a sleeping bag again.
And there's a scene where Jason comes. There's a girl in a sleeping bag. She's hiding in the sleeping bag. He grabs the sleeping bag and he just picks it up and he just starts beating it against the tree.
Pillowcase and just starts.
Just starts going to town on it and stuff. And I think I was, younger than.
Yeah, and then he hangs her from above the fire to lure the boyfriend back.
Yeah, no, but that was the remake. That was the remake with Jared Padalecki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he has her screaming. He
right above the fire.
Campfire, so
she's like, it's burning.
Just to lure the boyfriend back because he went out to take a piss or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, Jason X is definitely a lot funnier.
Totally.
Scary, but the whole Freddy versus Jason, that one's still pretty gruesome because
because Freddy's creepy.
Well, no, not just that. I mean, again, spoiler. Pretty gruesome is. God. Okay. So one, it's got nudity naturally. I mean, everyone does. But that one, that freaking, it's the boyfriend, it's the jock, loser,
when he gets
whatever.
Clamped into the bed.
Oh yeah, before he gets clamped, he gets like stabbed through the freaking bed, like he gets stabbed in the back like 15 times, like.
Oh yeah.
Like in the back, and then he crushes him in half. I mean, that is pretty gnarly and pretty gruesome.
Okay.
And so I mean, that one's a little more scarier,
Okay, or.
But the battle.
What about What Lies Beneath?
Awesome.
Something like that.
What Lies Beneath is a good one too because that's more suspenseful.
Yeah, that
creepy,
one's suspenseful. It doesn't have a lot of gore or anything.
Yes, it is, but still.
But so is Jason X.
Yeah. I know. But that one's. I like that one. That was funny. I'll watch that again. Jason X.
Oh right.
Yeah. But no.
You didn't like What Lies Beneath?
Whatever.
Oh God. That one was
Stir of
good.
Echoes. Remember that one?
Yes, that's a good creepy one
Kevin Bacon,
too.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good creepy one too.
But again, old school. But no.
But still, that's a good creepy one.
I'll be honest with you. The ones I will not tell her about. I don't like the Paranormal Activity shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not a huge fan of those either.
Why?
Either.
Wait, huh?
Oh, that one she saw.
that
well, why don't you guys like that though? I want to know why. Because
they just got ridiculous after the first.
Okay.
Possibly after the second one.
Okay, for me, that is the only horror type genre that still icks me out. So
the ghost
the whole idea of some unseen entity just being able to touch you and fuck with you and just in Paranormal
Activity. It feels like cheating because you can't fight back.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I give you no permission to touch me, fuck with me, whatever and stuff. It's like an enemy that you can't see. The stack is, the deck is stacked against you as far as you're concerned. Yeah, and it's cheating. It's not fair.
And that's just it. And I don't care what anybody else says. I mean, there's too many counts of paranormal shit fucking happening to where that shit is real.
About ghosts and shit?
Yeah, about freaking doors opening and closing on their own, books being knocked off of shelves, pots, those kind of things happening to say that there's no such thing as ghosts and God, there's more poltergeists.
Poltergeist entities.
Because poltergeists, I feel, are
yeah.
the ones that are a little more the stronger entities that are able
They're
to
more
grab
sinister.
you and be able to interact with our world.
Yeah, they're more sinister. There's more.
And so that's what I mean. Like that. Yeah, that's why I don't like to watch that shit either. Because that shit is real. That shit, I don't.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
You know what I want to see?
That shit freaks me the fuck out. I ain't even gonna lie. That freaks me the fuck out, and I don't want to watch it because it's like. No.
Although to be fair, that new one that's coming out with the
Smile.
Well, no, the devil.
Right? I want to see Smile.
Well, yeah, no, I mean that one's good, but the other one, the devil within, or something like that.
The one with the exorcist lady.
Yeah,
I mean, not exorcist lady. Yeah, the nun.
The nun.
She goes to exorcist school. Yeah.
No, I want to see Smile.
Yeah, like both of those. You know, both of those I want to see.
Yes.
But
yeah.
I saw a new trailer for it, like that, or like an extended one. And she goes, "It wears your faces," or something like that. It wears your, and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, is that what's going on?" Yeah, and Smile. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh,
that's just fucking creepy.
I know, I love it. I want to see it."
Wait, but you guys like being creepy, so how come you guys don't like Paranormal Activity? I don't get it.
Because
that's like cheating. Okay, so like back in the day, so we'll see. Like so back in the day, I didn't like alien movies, and then where aliens came to like destroy the earth, that kind of thing. So that kind of like freaked me the fuck out. So I had a hard time watching them, but then I made myself watch them, and then I grew to love those type of movies. And then the same thing, I couldn't stand zombie movies, and then
forced yourself?
Well, yeah, like
the Resident Evil ones. Or
what
made you start? I remember you not wanting to watch zombie movies, but I can't remember.
But no, I was at your house at one time, and you were hanging out with your brother and your and friends and stuff like that. And Dawn of the Dead was on, and it was on like 3 different movie channels at the same time, and they were all starting one right after the other. And so I wound up watching it 3 times in a row. And it like kind of grew on, so I like forced myself to watch them. So now I love zombie movies and stuff. So like the whole paranormal shit is like the next one in that, where it's like I kind of have to force myself to watch them in order to like kind of like get over that shit. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things where it's like I've had my own experiences. Where, I mean, I didn't like flat out see anything, but I've had some experiences where it's like, okay, yeah, no, there's some truth to that shit and stuff. And so that's why it freaks me the fuck out.
That's why it's good for creepy lovers, right? Like people who love scary stuff.
Well, yeah, but because see, like I remember one time in particular, I was staying at a friend of ours' house, who's like an older brother to me. My parents were sleeping in the living room. I was sleeping in his spare bedroom. The bedroom had like a little bit of an alcove where the door was, and the bedroom faced the front of the house, and so the street light from the street was like right there. So the room was never completely dark, even with the blinds. Okay, but I was sleeping and I woke up out of a dead sleep. My heart was just like boom, 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 like for no fucking reason whatsoever. I woke up, I look over into the alcove where the door is, and the shadow that was there was darker than it rightfully should have been. And it was just freaking me the fuck out. It's not like I was having a bad dream or anything like that. And so I just woke up out of a dead sleep. And just my heart was just racing and stuff. And I'm just staring at this dark shadow that's in the alcove. And it wasn't like it was person shaped or anything like that. It was just darker than it rightfully should have for the amount of light that was coming into the room. And then all of a sudden, and I like closed my eyes and I like just took a deep breath. And then when I opened them, all of a sudden it was like the room got lighter. Like not like actually lighter, but like the feel of the room, the pressure in the room, the air in the room got lighter. And when I looked in the alcove, it looked how it was supposed to look and stuff. And so that just like freaked me the fuck out. So I know that there's something out there, you know. And then there was like another experience where I was sleeping in my roommate's bed one time. She was out of town. My parents were visiting, so they were sleeping in my bed. I was sleeping in her bed, and I woke up because I felt like I was being pushed across her bed, and I wound up landing on the floor on the opposite side of the bed. I was like sleeping on one side of the bed. I woke up and I felt like I was being pushed, and I was like, whatever. And I like repositioned myself and I went back to sleep. And the next thing I know, I'm rolling over onto the other side of the bed, and she had like a full size bed, so it's not like it was a small bed. You know, I was like and I don't roll around when I sleep. Yeah, I don't. So I pick a spot, I stick to it. So, you know, it's like, how the fuck did I get pushed over? You know? And so just, yeah, so a couple instances where it's just like, So when I see paranormal shit like that, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm
But
cool.
you like it, though. You like the freakiness, right?
I do like scary shit. I'm not a big fan of that shit. Right? Yo.
I guess I just...
Like with The Conjuring and shit.
Yeah, I like to be scared sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah, like, well, like with The Conjuring and shit, you know, it's like we went and saw that, and, you know, we were fucking clappy.
Oh, right.
You know, and stuff that just, yeah, no, that, you know, because the mom in that movie was playing a clapping game with it. It was like a hide and seek game, and it was like Marco Polo situation.
But instead of Marco Polo, it was
clap. Like a clap.
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
You like clap twice, and then they had clap once or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. And you know, and the mom was playing the game.
Our other party guest is here now.
Oh, is she?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna wrap this up then.
Well, we're at 37 minutes.
So yeah, I guess so.
Well,
that was a fun discussion.
Yes, it was.
About horror movies and stuff.
Yes. Yes, a short little episode. Maybe we'll add to it later. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. But this is good.
Yes, this was fun.
Yes, it was.
Thank you for joining us, Mark.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you all for having me.
I guess. Well, we're still new at this.
Yeah.
You know, we're still recording episodes and shit, and we're still finding our way. So, you know, we'll figure it out. You know, we'll have you back, I guess, and you know, we'll go from there.
Yeah, right.
No,
and
that
have
was
some
fun.
fun.
That was good time.
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly, this is just, you know,
Talking, right?
Yeah. It's just like talking. It's a bunch of bitches talking.
You're a bitch.
you're a bitch.
Yes. All right, so I guess we're saying bye for now.
Yep.
And I guess you'll listen to us.
Tune in next time.
Yeah, I guess you'll listen to us talk about nonsense next time if you like it. So I guess this is it.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye!
Thank you for listening to today's episode of today's... Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening.
No, seriously, thank you for listening, because who in their right mind would want to listen to the four of us talk about the most random shit on the planet? So thank you for listening to us. We appreciate it so much. You have no idea. So for further information about this episode, go to our website. It's bringyourownweird.com and see what other...
bringyourownweird.com.
Yeah, I don't think they can... You want to say it again? Bringyourownweird.com.
bringyourownweird.com.
Just bringyourownweird.com.
Bring your own weird.
Okay. I think that's enough of an outro, considering it's almost a minute long.